Wellness is knowing who you are in Christ and then treating yourself accordingly in your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul. Mind is thought life. Our heart is our emotions and our relationships. Our body is our physical health and strength. Our soul is our relationship with Christ.
Before I got involved with a wellness class at my church, I was trying to manage my hurts on my own. I was controlling and isolated and just broken.
I was really lost and I was hopeless. After I became a believer in Christ, I was really more of a fan, not a follower. And even going to church and hearing biblical messages, I couldn't seem to get unstuck.
It's kind of a four-part thing. Just like Jesus says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. And so if we're going to be able to do that, we need to be whole in each of those areas. And I find, even for myself, I'm good in maybe a couple areas, but I'm very deficient in others.
Even after becoming a believer, I hadn't really trusted God with all of those secret hurts and disappointments, and I definitely wasn't walking out a Christian life.
The way that I was living, it wasn't bringing a lot of abundance or blessing into my life at all. I was saved, so I knew, I'm going to go to heaven. But I didn't have growth in my relationship. Anything that was still hurting me was showing up in the body. The body and the emotions and the spirit all need to be working together. I've come to understand that I need to have balance in all of them if I'm going to be okay, healthy, and well.
Rachel Zeskind Wellness Ministries provides trainings, resources, and tools in order for believers to walk out spiritual maturity and growth, gaining freedom and a true, authentic relationship with Jesus.
As a leader, though, I always found that I felt like I didn't necessarily have a place always or an outlet to release or to grow in a way that was personal. So the wellness ministry for me was my outlet. What people a lot of times need strengthening and developing internally to grow, and they can do that in partnership with other people, but they need it in a structured context, and that's what the wellness ministry for me has done.
It's been a pretty amazing journey, actually.
Wellness Ministries equip people to really grow and get free and know who they are in Christ and be able to live the fullest, most abundant life that God has called them to. God has a very unique design for each one of our lives. He has a calling and a purpose for each one of us. But so many Christians today get stuck. They get stuck in their negative patterns, things that are separating them from really walking into the freedom that God has fully for them. And Wellness Ministries help set people free. Wellness Ministries can be planted from the top down or simply from a volunteer group level building upward. Our ministry builds and equips wellness ministries and wellness ministry leaders. We also provide trainings, tools, and resources for churches and organizations.